Hello everyone, my name is Saokosal. Today I will teach you the best way to create Android database app in 30 minutes. Okay, in this video you will learn navigation drawer, RecyclerView, Android Volley, PHP and MySQL. I know it sounds a lot to you, but if you want more detail, you can find more videos on my YouTube channel, Saokosal, or my Facebook page, Kosal Geek, Twitter, Okosal, and some source code and library at github.com, Kosal Geek as well. So for this requirement, you have to have the Android Studio, the latest one, the Genymotion for the emulator, XAMPP for PHP, and Sublime Text. Okay, let's go to the project. Okay, let's open up the Android Studio. I use 2.1.2, and then let's call it Android DB app 1. And you choose the version 4, Android 4, that's fine. And you choose the navigation drawer because we want to use that. And just leave it like this. Okay, it is finished now, so let's run it because we want to test it. Okay, it works now. So this is the navigation drawer. That's it. Okay, so we want to make maybe a fragment on this one. So I want to quick change a little bit the menu. So you go to menu here and this one. So I just delete all of this. So I don't need it. Okay, and maybe just group like this. We just give it two option. Like this one for the let's say news, because maybe you want to have a news, and then maybe product. Okay, so give the item name. So usually I give the name like menu news, and menu product. Okay, and then this one you want to change to something else, but if you don't, just delete it. So just want to make quick change. That's it. And then you go to Java here, and you go down. This one is a default, like a code, like generated for you. So just change to menu product and delete all the rest here, but don't delete this part. This one is very important. And then you want to have a fragment. So right click on this, go to fragment here, and then choose the blank one, and then uncheck this because we don't need it, and I just give it like news fragment. Okay, and if you want for more detail about this, I have a good video on my YouTube channel about the navigation drawer. Just check it out. But for this purpose, I just make a simple one. Okay, and make sure that you import the fragment, the right one. You go to import here. If you see something like this, okay, it works, but it has some problem when you use it in the future. So make sure you use the support version 4. Okay, so here you can use the RecyclerView inside the fragment. Okay, so before anything, you want to test it. So you go to where's it? The rest and layout here, and the fragment use. Okay, just go here, and then like you want to test it. Just grab maybe a clock. Okay, like this. And if you want to change to linear layout, because linear layout is better. Okay, something like that. That's fine. And if you want to drag again, maybe okay, it doesn't matter. And then maybe you run it. Oh, I forgot. We have to call the fragment here because we didn't call it yet. So we go to main activity here, and over here you just call the new fragment, and you just call new fragment with the smaller case, and then new fragment like this. That's it. One more thing that you have to understand that fragment is a part of the activity, so you have to know that where you want this fragment to go to. So actually you will put it into the content main here. So you have to give like the name to the relative here. So you just delete it inside the content main, and you have to give a name to the relative layout here. So actually it's ID, not name, but ID like this, and then plus fine like that, and then maybe I call it main layout. Okay, and this is the place that you want to put the fragment into. So you go back to main activity here, and then you call fragment manager, and just call manager. Oh, what is it? Okay, it must be inside. Okay, and then get support fragment manager here like that. So now we can use manager dot begin transaction, and then we need to replace. So we want to replace the fragment here and into the here the content main. So remember that. So all dot layout dot main. What is it? No. ID dot main layout, and then new fragment here. Okay, and you want to put a tag, it's okay, but if you don't, that's fine. Okay, so if you want to have a default activity, just copy this and pass it to the on create here, down here. That's fine. You have to call commit at the end because it doesn't run because you just call the replace and then you have to commit it. So run again. Okay, now you see the clock. It means that the activity is, like take the fragment and put inside there. And this is the new clock here. Okay, now you want to put the recycler view inside the new fragment here. And the fragment code is like that. So you need some library. So you have to go to Google and type Android RecyclerView. Okay, and you go to here, and maybe this one too. So in this blog, Google gives you a very good example there. So if you want to just grab the code here, okay, like that, and you need a card like this, okay. So, but before anything, you have to put the dependency here. But you have this plus sign. You have to put the latest one. So you go to here, or maybe around here is okay. And then you Control F, and you find RecyclerView. So this is the dependency for RecyclerView. So grab the code like this, and then you go to Android and you go to Gradle, the second one, not the first one, and you say compile, and then you pass it like this, and you need another one, card view, because card view is like companion of the recycler view. So grab the code and compile again. Okay, so seeing now. Okay, it has some problem because my, I compile it with the version 23. Now I use 24. I think I have to change to 23. Maybe something like this is fine. I have to resync it again. Yeah. The reason that you got some error because I used the version 4. Remember when I create a project, I use Android 4. and this one is like the latest update, so it's gonna go to 24 and I use 23, so it's fine. Just downgrade a little bit, and if you want to use the latest one, change it, but you have to change it properly. But just go like quick now, so it's done. And then go back to here and grab the code for the recycler view. So here, copy, and you go to what is it, layout, rest, yeah. So you go to fragment news, okay, this one, and you don't need analog log, whatever, just this one, and I change to all we, and this one is news, okay. So this like that, it's merge parent, so it's gonna merge the whole screen. This is for recycler view, but then you need a card view. Right click, new, and choose XML and layout here. So I will call new card view, okay, like this, and finish. And change it to maybe, yeah, that's fine. Maybe relative layout, whatever. Linear layout is fine. And then like I want to have one image and like two text, or maybe two image, whatever, but let's try it. So one image from the left and one in the at the right, two image. So let me try. Okay, so I will create inner layout, linear layout, and this one is gonna be um, width is my current, but I give it, no, let's say, yeah, my current first. This one my current first, okay. And inside here I will have image view, and this one is gonna be wrap content for that, and should be, there is a name here. I will call left, maybe IV left image, okay. And image scale type is gonna be center crop, and maybe I will have a source, and I want to use from Android. Maybe I want to have one image. Let's go grab an image here. Encode, encode. It's from my country. Pass. And you need to delete the space and no capital letter, just only smaller case like that. So you can have drawable and then encode one. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's gonna miss the whole screen, but then hide, I maybe just use the 300 dp like this. Okay, so this one maybe 300 dp, yeah, card view, and outside here I need a card view, so grab the card view somewhere here. Usually I put the card view in the outer, not inside like this, and then card view like this. Okay, it complained because you don't have the namespace here. Just copy, pass it like this. Now you have all the point you want to do, and this one render, yes. But the width of the card view is 200. It's very small, so I have put it like my screen, my screen like that. And this one is gonna be 300. So this one I put my parent because my parent is 300 now. And this one I don't have to put the 300 again, so it's gonna be like this. So I want to have two, one from the left and one from the right. So this one is gonna put the orientation horizontal, okay. and this one you have to put layout weight, this one, and 0.5 mean 50%. You cannot put 50%, you can put 5 like that. And this one gonna be this one left and this one right. Okay, and design again. Usually see something like that, just put the refresh. Okay, now it's done. Okay, gravity center, it doesn't matter. Okay, and corner is 4. Yeah, maybe I just have image only. If you want some text, it's fine. Maybe just put the text below here. Okay, but now just make it quick. Okay, so you want to get the data from the database, so you need Android Volley here. So go back again, Android Volley. Okay, so first you need the like Gradle, and you go to this one. Second one is just like like material. But the third one, you're gonna grab the code. Okay, not this one. You're gonna grab this one. Okay, and Gradle again, and sing again like that. Now sync is done, so you need the like a class called MySingleton. It's a code that prevent calling. Like you're gonna have duplicate caller, and MySingleton is just like pattern to prevent to create like many objects from a class. So this one going to protect like only one instance or object created from a class. And this one you need support version 4 here. Okay, that's fine. I know that it sounds a little bit difficult for you, but if you want to like a complete course, you go to my YouTube channel. And now it's done, my singleton, and you go to a new fragment here, and you need to call before this one, my singleton, and that instant, and then this. So one problem now, you need this from outside, so you can get the context from here, context from container dot get context here. So this one is context, and then you can add the request here. Okay, so you need a string request. Okay, and string request, new string request. So this is calling to the network. So first you need like a method, and this I will grab the data from the database. So I will use the get data. Okay, and if you want to post data, you use post here. Okay, let's just grab the data now, and you need URL here. So what is your URL? So you will use the local one, so we're going to be 10.3.2.0 if you have a port like that, but make sure you have to run this one as well. Okay, so I will make a project and I will call it like example news, and the file is going to be index.php, and this one you say new. No, it's gonna be messy here, so like this first, URL, and this one, and comma, another new below here. So you have 4. This one is gonna read data back when there is no error, and when there is an error, you will get the error from the error listener here. Okay. So you need one more thing. You have to go to Android manifest here, and you have to ask for permission. And this one you're gonna need internet like this. Great. Okay, now you can call the string request and put it down below here. So now you can call to the network, okay? And this represents your local host. If you use the real server, and just put the, like if it is in Google, just put Google in your URL, just put your URL, okay? But this one is gonna be for the local host. And example news. So I have to go here to them and create new folder. For Mac, we will give permission and then rename it. Example news one more time, and then we will create a like PHP index like this, and you need Sublime tag here. So make sure you delete all of this because we need only PHP, and this one just this, and you will send the data. So you just grab the data actually. So you need a connection, you know, but maybe it's better to create a connection outside. Maybe copy and paste like this faster. Connection. So you will need a server, and your server is localhost, and user is root, and path blank and db. So you will need the database name. So just call example news, and then you will need like MySQL connect, and then server and user and path and db, and this one maybe you can call con with a double n here. So if con error, maybe just call the error, okay? And you can call die here. So just call error db. Okay, that's all. And then you will get the connection here into the index. So you need include, maybe include once, and connection PHP. Okay, so you want to get all the database, but now you don't have database, so you go there and localhost. My database now is not running, so let's start it. Okay, so run again. So you go to PHP MyAdmin, create a database, new database, example news, use the collation for the UTF-8, general CI, this one, great, and just only news, maybe just 4, that's fine. First one ID, and then it's gonna be auto increment, this one primary key, and this one title, and title varchar maybe 250, maybe like this title, and image one, this one just image URL, and then maybe 250, that's fine. Two, okay, save. Now you can insert simple data here. So one, so like test image one, and this one I call image one.secret, and this one image two, and then this one test image two, and this one is gonna be 3, is gonna be 4. Okay, go. Now you have all the data here, so you want to grab the data from the database here. Okay, so MySQL query, Okay, now you got the data. Okay, and remember I'm using the Sublime tag. If you use Notepad++, you will have some problem with the encode here. Okay, now you can get the data and then you want to put it into the Android here. So before anything you want to test here. So this is the response, the data. So you just use log like that and then maybe just put the name of the fragment like that. And this is the response. Okay, you open up the Android monitor here, and you like filter by a new fragment. You can see now the data is like this. If you see something in front of this, like like some symbol, that means that you have some error. So you have to change to Sublime text. Okay. Now the data is done, and you want to convert this, like the JSON to the array list. So you have to go to my GitHub. Yes, GitHub. It's called Git. This one, and you go to KGJsonConverter. Okay, and then you have to grab the code. And if you want to donate some money, you can donate here. Okay, but it's free to use. So first you need the JSON. So go here, and you can download the JSON here. Okay, keep, and then go back, and then this one you have to download my project. So click download. Okay, unzip it and copy this one, and you go back and click here, or maybe here, go to project and the apps, libs, and right click and paste it. This, and another one, JSON, pass like this, and just like this, and add as library. You want to add this to the library, that's why you like right click on this. So it will take some time. Now it's completed, so you go back to Android here. Okay, so first you need to create a class that represents the data from the database. So I will call news as well, and then you will have public integer ID. Make sure that the name must match to the field of the database. Yeah, ID, title, image 1 and 2. Okay, you cannot rename to anything. And this one, string title, and you have to use public as well. And string image 1, public string image 2. Okay, and then implement serializable. And here you you want to get the response, and then the code to convert to array list is in my tutorial here. Just grab the code, like this. Pass, and then the response now is gonna be over here, and the class is news. Okay, news and news. Okay, now you have the array list. So you want to put the array list into the recycler view, the last part of the tutorial. Recycler view, and all we just call news, right? Okay, so this one you need to use this. So I will rename it to view. So this one's gonna be view, like this. Okay, now you can use view like this and find view by ID. So now I can call the all we. Yeah, and we have to cast it. Okay, now all we news. and you want, like the set layout, and usually you use the linear layout, context, and the context here must be final. Okay, so now we have to set the test specific is true, and lastly you want to put the adapter, so the most difficult part here. So you need to create adapter outside, so I will call new adapter. Okay, so right click and create a class called new adapter. Yeah. And then you have to extend RecyclerView adapter, and then inside there you will have the like a view holder. So RecyclerView view holder, and then you have to implement this. So implement method, free method here. So here you need to call use adapter, and then use adapter like that. New adapter. Okay. So you want to pass the the array list into this one. So you will create the constructor for that. Public use adapter, and then I want to put the array list of new. So I just call new list like this, and then this. No, maybe you want to put the context as well, because you need the context inside here. New list. No, and this one too. And this one, new list, and make sure that the count must not be 0, because 0 means that no data. So we will say like if new list not null, then you will return the new list dot size. Okay, and otherwise you will return 0. Okay, now you want to pass it over here, the context. So now the context like this, and the user list, not new list, it's news list, like this. Okay, so first you have to create this one, but you have to create an internal view holder. So you have to call public static new view, maybe new v8, easier, public class, and then extend RecyclerView view holder, and then you have to implement a constructor like this, and you have to check the card view, this one. So where is your card view? Over here. So you have image left and right, so you need only this two. The title, we don't have that, so it doesn't matter. So this one, and card view, and do you have a name for card view? Yeah, so I will use use card. Okay. Use card, and then the other two, image view, image one, copy like this, image two. So this one, use card, this one super must be at first here, and you call item view, find view by ID, and use card, and this one is image view, this one, so I have to rename it like that as well. Okay, now we have to create the view holder, so layout inflator, and layout inflator from parent dot get context here, and view inflator and inflate, so we inflate the resource here, so all dot layout dot news card. Okay, so now we inflate that, and then we call the news view holder here, so it's news v8 here, so news v8, and then the data will come to this on binding, so we get the data, like array list, but array list like selected data, so you're gonna be selected news, and you're gonna have the new list, and then that from which position. This position will go to this one, and then we want to display an image, so we need another library, so we will need Picasso, this one, very simple, and usually I use this one. Okay, Picasso, this one image, and the URL, so because we need dependency as well, just grab the Gradle here. Okay, so now the Picasso is okay, but the URL is not. We need the image. Yeah? So the image, the URL is a string, and we can get the image from the selected news. Remember, selected new is the array list. So copy all of this image, and you go to example, okay, example news here, and right click, create, folder called image, and pass it, and this one is image 1, but it's PNG, so I have to change in the database a little bit. Database PNG, just rename all of this to PNG because the image is PNG. So now the URL is in our database, so gonna put the real URL, but if you are on localhost, this one is fine. Example news, and the folder is image. Okay, now it's done. And this one is placeholder, so I will use Android. Now the image view, we got the from the view holder. This one usually I use the instance, so folder instance of news v8. Okay, then I will convert to news v8 like that, and this one must be inside, and this one now put into the image left, and lastly, and this one URL, so I think it should be inside 1 2, this one 1 2, and this one is right. Okay, oh, I forgot, so I just put 1 and 1, so now let's change 1 to 2. This one previously is number 1, now it's number 2. So let's see. Okay, now it's running. Okay, and you can rotate it. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and give me a thumb up, share to your friends on Facebook and Twitter. If you have any problem or question, please comment below. I try to answer as many as possible, and I will say bye for now, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.